Hello fellow gamers, my name is Brent Justice. Welcome back to my gaming channel Justice Gaming, and it's going to be a good one tonight everyone. I'm going to do a main quest. I'm finally going to go do Gemini, which is the main quest after getting all of the command override codes from Pharaoh's tomb. So this will be a fun one tonight. I am drinking a hot decaf coffee that is not showing up in the video. Can I get it in the camera? There we go. Hot decaf coffee. For tonight, I am playing at like 1 a.m., so I don't want to be up all night. So I'm doing a decaf hot tonight. Let me know what you are drinking down below as you watch along with me. Now, I'll just make this intro very quick. In the last video, I did an errand called the Souvenir, I believe, with Jomar. Found a person who had died, got the little trinket back. It was a message. We played it back for one of our people. I've already forgot her name. I want to say it starts with an A. Anyway, I am sure I will find her in just a second because I am going to go back to the base and talk to everybody. But yes, played the message back. She heard it. So all of that is good.
I gotta stay
Then
upright.
I spent a very, very long time in that video playing exploration. That's exactly what I did, playing exploration. I spent a very long time just exploring the old San Francisco area here and seeing what I could find. And to be honest, I didn't find a whole lot. If you did skip that long section of that video, I completely understand. Just know I didn't really find anything that useful. And so yeah, I mean, but hey, I explored it, so let me just show really quickly on the map what the map looks like now. I went to all the places. I got as close as I could to the Horus that's up here at the bridge. They call it, did learn that they call it the Grand Bridge now. Oh yeah, I did do the Vista Point Shrouded Heights, so that's another thing I guess I did complete in the last video as well. So if you skipped over that and didn't watch it, I did find that Vista Point and I did do it. It was a very unique underwater vista point. And then, yeah, I got as close as I could to the Horus thing. It wasn't that impressive because I couldn't get there. I wanted to get all the way to this little island and get up on it. I think there might be I don't remember what it's called, a death wing or something like that, because I do need that to upgrade a weapon, but I couldn't get close enough to it. I did get this Stormbird site, which was kind of cool. So if I ever need Stormbirds, I know that's there. I couldn't get to this shelter. This little island here, I couldn't get on top of this island. No way to climb up to it. It apparently has to be something that I can get on a Sunwing or something to fly over to it. But I can't get on machines yet. I'm not able to fly on machines. So I haven't encountered Wings of 10 or whatever I need to do that yet. Hopefully that'll be after Gemini, because I am getting to places that I can't do until I can fly up on machines. Down here, I explored into this area, just kind of checked over something. Did found something real interesting down by the Slaughter Spine. There was this old shipwreck here. You can kind of see it here. And there was an antenna, and it said that I needed parts for somebody, and I went to it, and it says I need an energy cell in order to get it or something, but I looked around and I saw no energy cells. So I don't know if that's just something I have to keep looking for. I don't even know who it was for, what mission it was, but it was something that has done something for somebody. I must have a quest or a quest in the future or something along those lines that I maybe will come back to that and be able to do that, but I couldn't do that. I got all this stuff a long time ago. Oh yeah, I couldn't get over here to this island, or was it this island? One of these islands. Because I do have another errand that is, or is it a side quest? It's something. It's an errand, Tides of Justice. I can't get over there yet because I need to be able to fly to get over there, and I can't fly yet, so, oh well, I'm not going there right now. So the only thing I can do is do my main mission today. But that's it. That's the intro, everybody. Let's play. I am going to do Gemini. So in the last main quest, we got into Pharaoh's tomb and got that override code to bring back to GAIA. I never went back to GAIA to deliver that code or to talk to all my people at the base. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I will start with main quest Gemini. With Omega clearance secured, Gaia should be able to subdue and capture Hephaestus at Cauldron Gemini. Aloy must prepare for the mission. Now, we do know that this Cauldron Gemini is a cauldron I encountered way back here. Here it is, Cauldron Gemini, back in this area, back in the desert area. And I remember roping down in here and finding this huge empty cauldron, and I couldn't do anything with it, and I wondered, what is this about? What can I do with this? This is the answer, I think, to that cauldron. And it's called Gemini, which is the name of the cauldron, so leads me right to that. So I'm going to fast travel to our base. I am going to turn in these codes to Gaia, and I am going to talk to all of our base members. So this may take a little bit of time as I go do all that. But that is the goal right now. Sometimes these dialogues can take a while as you go through all the dialogue options, but I'm going to sit through it, I'm going to go through it, I want to hear what everyone has to say, and I'm going to turn in this code. Also, since the last video, no new upgrades to my weapons or anything like that, so all the same old stuff I've been using. Alright, see, everybody has an icon on their head, so I can talk to everybody. So, should I talk to them before I talk to Gaia, or should I just talk to Gaia? I'm going to go ahead and talk to Gaia first. I'll come back and talk to all of them. Maybe it'll open up even more dialogue options. But I will go talk to everybody. But let's talk to Gaia first. Turn this in. See what we're going to do.
Aloy. I see you have obtained Omega clearance.
Okay, here we go.
Aloy, I know your experience in Thebes was unsettling, but we have a new problem.
Did something go wrong with Beta and the rig? Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
They built it.
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself. It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network, increasing its power.
I would have imagined that.
With your sub-functions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct. But the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 hours.
That's pretty long.
And each hour increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths.
That is a pretty long time.
2
35
cores.
hours.
2 overrides. What if the merge were carried out by 2 clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then? Half the time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of 2 operators, in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating.
So we're going to have
It
Beta
would
help
reduce
us.
the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
Okay.
Big difference. It's worth it. If we can
Laurel,
get her on
We're
board.
gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know, but I'll try.
What about our diversion? Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the Zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
Oh no, what is Beta?
Okay.
Beta's probably freaking out. She's not very confident, is she? I still want to talk to everyone, including... Okay, look. Oh, no.
Aloy.
Okay.
I know.
As you wish.
Okay, let me...
I'll be off.
Farewell.
I'll come back to Gaia. I'm gonna go see what is going on with Beta. Maybe we can convince her. I'm gonna come back to Gaia. We're not done. But this sounds imminent that I need to go talk to her.
Aloy,
I didn't mean to open that door.
I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
Let's see if I can convince her.
Beta, you have to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you. Tell me why you won't go. What if they take me back? Alone, in a cell again.
Yeah,
A slave.
she really doesn't want to go.
Forever.
She is really scared of them. Oh, so this is an inflection point. Now, I honestly have not had a lot of inflection points in Forbidden West. Thought I would have more of these. Look at the odds. Brain. Find your courage. Strength. Honestly, I like find your courage. I always go with heart, at least on my first playthrough with these. Now, I can change that, of course. I could go with a different option if I feel like it, but I want to try to stay down the heart path and see where it goes on my first playthrough. But I don't know if I can guarantee that I will protect her. See, I don't know if that's a truthful statement. I'll protect you. I don't know that I can. I don't know that. I kind of like find your courage better. Because she really needs courage on her own. She is a very not shy person. I mean, not shy, not confident person. But I'm torn between find your courage and I'll protect you. This is a hard one for me, actually. I'll protect you. This would get her to like me more. Oh, I'll protect you. But I'm telling you, it's like 49. It's like 49% on this and like 50% on this. You know, I'm like 1% between these.
Varl and I will be at Gemini too. I'll protect you. As soon as we get Hephaestus, we'll come straight back here. The Zeniths aren't going to find us. You don't have to be afraid. No! You can't protect me. Nothing can protect me from them.
Maybe the other one was a better option. I don't know.
I told you from the beginning we'll never beat them. It's hopeless. Beta. Leave me alone! You don't understand!
Alright, now we gotta be forceful and just tell her to do it. I think she needs a little iron fist now.
You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart. So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Like Elizabeth would. Don't you think I've thought about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't.
Their upbringing.
I looked through all the data from your
Completely.
focus.
Their upbringing.
You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference?
Still a difference.
What's my defect?
Nurturing. She had Rost. That's it. Said it in a nutshell. She was brought up to have faith in herself because of Rost, and Beta was not. There you go. I knew it. I called it.
Beta. You don't have a defect.
She didn't have a Rost.
Beta. Look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth. The difference is, I had him. Rost. He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm.
Oh, yes,
or
he
loving.
was. He absolutely was.
The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted me to embrace the tribe.
Not quite.
But then he gave his life for mine. He loved me in his own way. And that was enough. What did it feel like?
Yeah, she just had nobody. She's had no one love her. So maybe maybe the heart was the right option in this. She does need
the strength.
She needs
That was
somebody
always there.
to love her. Aloy
Still
can
there.
be that for her,
Even
perhaps.
now I hear him in my head when things get bad.
Yeah,
It
I like
looks
where the story's going.
Look deeper. And then fight like you can win. You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way. I'll go. You said you'd try to protect me.
She just needs someone to believe in
I
her.
believe you. You have to promise me one thing.
I still don't know if I
Yes.
can protect her, but okay.
Yours. If it goes bad, if the Zeniths find us, I
Take
don't
her
want to
out.
be their slave again.
Ooh,
Do you understand?
that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Okay. Promise? I promise. I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as possible. I'll be ready when you are.
All right, I guess she's gonna
I
help
swear.
us, and that's what matters. Okay,
Aloy,
it worked.
whenever you are ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final preparations for the mission.
Okay, now that I've talked to Gaia and I've talked to her. Before I talk to Gaia, now I'm going to talk to everybody. And I see that I have a quest marker coming up too. Is that Catalo? Is that for me to finish Catalo's quest? Because I would love to do that. Alright, I am going to talk to everybody, so let's sit through all these new dialogue options.
Hey, I thought I'd check in before leaving for Gemini.
Are you sure we shouldn't be checking up on you? Whatever went on between you and Beta sounded intense. Not that I'm judging. Forge knows all the screws flew loose every time Mercer and I fought.
I think we'll be fine from now on.
I'm glad to hear it.
Okay, let's go through everything.
Have you spoken with Alva yet?
Yeah, when she's not reading the archives like a giddy
Alva.
kid drinking
It
her
was
first
an A.
ale.
It was an A. I
She
was
took
right.
to that new focus quick, that's for sure. I gotta say, I'm a little jealous. But I can see why you two
And
hit it off.
we upgraded her focus, so that's good.
Anybody take you up on that ale you brought yet?
Zoe can't stand the smell of it. I tried Alva, but I don't think she knows what taking a break means. And I'm not putting Varl anywhere near that stuff after that victory party in Meridian.
What about Catalo?
Ah, now there's a man that can hold his liquor. Pretty sure we downed half a keg. We had a good chat, I think.
You look tired.
Ha! You never want to hold back, are you? I've just been making sure that I got everything down for this mission of yours. I wouldn't want to be the usual screw-up out there.
You'll do fine, Erend.
I don't even know what I'll be doing in this mission.
After we get Hephaestus, we'll be taking the fight to the Zeniths. So, no more reading.
That's kind of scary.
That
Sounds
wasn't that bad.
sounds
Not
like I'm
really.
coming up on in-game
Besides,
here. Fight
going
with the
through all
Zeniths.
that data helped me realize something. You know, the soldiers, the ones that fought the Pharaoh machines so Gaia could be built, they were fighting a battle that couldn't be won. Not with all the weapons in the world. I think most of them realized that, whether anyone said it or not. And they still did it, though. They bought time for all the eggheads working to save the future. Our future. As long as I can do that for you, I'll consider myself a success.
Thank you, Erend. I'm glad you're with me.
Okay, enough. I'm gonna get emotional.
It does kind of sound like we're entering the in-game territory.
I should go.
That same here. I got a date with a Cauldron to prepare for.
Fight the Zeniths? Oof. I don't know if I'm ready for that. I think it is Catalo. I'll have to talk to him. Yeah, I want to finish his mission. Maybe I can do that in this video.
Aloy,
Or no, it's Alva.
everything okay with you and Beta?
I think that's Alva.
It sounded like you guys had a, lively conversation.
We just had a lot to talk about.
Does this mean she's coming with us to Gemini?
It does. I hope you're ready to rein in the most stubborn AI of all time.
That's what all this was for, wasn't it?
Hephaestus won't go down quietly.
Hephaestus is just a program that's lost its way. We are fighting for our survival. I can
Yeah.
always call upon the goddess if you're nervous.
Funny. How does everyone seem to you?
Anxious, but ready. I heard Katalo ask for Alva's help with his pulse generator, and I know he's been helping her with a few fighting techniques, just in case.
I hope they aren't needed.
Like I said, just in case.
Any last findings you want to share before leaving?
Not really, though I've reached a decision.
Oh?
When we put GAIA together, I want to return to the Nora, spread what I've learned.
Already talking
You
about
think they'll listen
returning.
to you?
In time, I believe so.
If anyone can make it happen, it's you, Varl.
I wonder, we should go back to the Nora. Wouldn't that be something? After all this.
Once GAIA is back up and running, I
Just say
expect
hi.
you to put all your training to good use.
The seeds have been planted. All they need is a chance to bloom. What? I thought that was pretty good. Zoe liked it.
I'm glad you and Zoe found each other.
Don't forget, you're to blame for that.
What will you and Zoe do if you go back to the Embrace?
I hope she'll come with me. At least for a while. And I'll go with her to Plainsong too. She'll probably want to talk to her people about all this as well. We'll figure it out.
I know you will. I hope firing off those pulse generators will be enough to distract the Zeniths.
Yeah, me too.
It'll work.
I feel like they're going to
It
come
has
attack
to.
us anyway.
Always optimistic, huh?
Nah, just stubborn. It's a good quality to have when dealing with you.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Rost. I can ask about Rost to Varl.
You were right, you know. About keeping Rost's memories buried. I guess part of me thought he was holding me back. Because he wanted me to be a Nora. But the truth is, he gave me a lot. And I took him for granted.
He was a good man. He raised you well.
I'm glad you're coming with me, Varl.
Sure there's no urge to run off alone in there somewhere?
No more running.
Okay, and now let's talk to Zoe.
Hey, we'll be going after Hephaestus soon. You good with the plan?
I've already got the location of my assigned cauldron.
Good.
I heard you and Beta had a talk.
News travels fast.
It wasn't exactly a quiet conversation.
There were just things that needed to be said.
A healthy crop to those who clear the weeds between them, as the Utaru say.
Have you met our new Quen guest yet?
I could barely keep up as she gave herself a tour of the base. Varl gave her a new focus. Though when he told her she was free to access all the data we have here, she turned so pale I thought she'd faint on the spot. We showed her to the archive room so she could see for herself. She hasn't left the place since.
That sounds like Alva. How are things with everyone?
Slightly quieter. Aaron's been busy scouring data on his newest obsession. Apparently the old ones wrestled machines as some kind of performance. Called it metal versus meat. A must-see battle between steel and flesh, as Aaron likes to put it. You'd think we have enough of that going around as it is.
You look like you have something on your mind.
We're going to war soon. And war is something I promised myself I'd left behind in the Red Raids. But the more of your data I go through, every voice I hear, every word I read from our ancient past, it makes me realize just how much life was given so that ours could flourish. Fighting for that gift, it's our responsibility. If we fail, it was all for naught.
Helps to know you're not alone.
For a moment there, you sounded like Varl.
I don't know what you're talking about. Read anything interesting lately?
I found out the old ones use leaf infusions like the Utaru do. Tea, they call it.
Tea.
Apparently it helped soothe them. That and some sort of scented wax they used to cleanse their aura. plus something called bubble baths. Me, I think I'll stick to singing to calm the nerves.
Tea's good. Tea's very good.
Varl looks pretty focused.
He's been obsessing over the data revealed to us by Poseidon. Just the other day, we read about mountains hiding deep underwater that spew fire. If I understand correctly, Gaia said the flames they release come from the very center of the Earth. Like a heart, beating with the life of the world. As always, the cycle can be found in even the most unlikely of places. Of course, Varl's mostly interested in watching explosions happen underwater.
I assume you've been looking into Demeter now that Gaia's merged with it?
Yes. It's been humbling to know that the seeds I carry in this pouch came in turn from the seeds saved for Demeter in the old world. It gives me hope that the cycle of life will prevail now, just as it did before.
Okay, I guess I don't need to talk to her about the Zeniths. I guess I don't need to talk to her about that quest I've already done.
I should go.
As soon as you intend to leave for Gemini,
You'll hear about it.
Yeah, that's all I had with her, so that's done. Let's see if I can talk to Catalo before I go talk to Alva. Where's Catalo at? I actually don't know. He's in one of these rooms.
I'm telling you, the old ones put blades on their feet.
Okay, I can talk to him.
Aloy, are you well?
Had a bit of an issue with Beta. It's better now, though.
Ah, I'm not surprised.
Really? Why not?
I once knew a warrior who discovered he had a brother late in life. It was deeply uncomfortable for him.
Did he ever get over it?
In time. But not before the two siblings nearly killed each other in a single combat challenge.
Ah. Well, at least I avoided that. Were you able to finish the new arm Gaia was helping you with?
Indeed.
Oh.
I was hoping we could discuss
So maybe
it
I can
if
finish
you have a
his
moment.
quest. I've been wanting to do that. Testing the arm. Yeah, okay, good. I want to finish that quest for him.
Have you spoken with Alva?
The Quen is peculiar. Nothing like a Tenakth. Her mind is sharp. That much is certain. But it's hard to imagine her surviving in the wilds.
Trust me. She's tougher than she looks.
I will take your word for it.
You nervous about the mission ahead?
If I live, it will be in victory. If I die, it will be in battle. What matters most is that you achieve your objective.
I'll do my best. How are your studies going?
I wanted to learn more about the world of the Old Ones.
And?
I looked up this pharaoh Gaia said you went looking for, and learned about the plague of machines he unleashed. To think that the ancient world was wiped out by a mistake. A single miscalculation. There is no glory or honor in such a fate. Only hubris and pointless death.
That about sums it up. Think you're ready to put all your training to the test?
I am Tenakth. I am always ready.
Okay, testing the arm.
You wanted to talk about your arm?
Indeed. It's time to test it. And I want you to be there.
Okay. How are we doing this?
Not how. Where? Will you meet me where we felled Regala's tremor tusk? Right where the river bends?
Sure, if you want, but I'm not sure I understand.
You'll see when we get there. I promise.
Definitely want to do
Then
this.
I'll let you know when I get close.
You have my thanks, Aloy.
I should go get ready.
I await your orders.
Like I said, I'll call you when I'm close to Regala's old outpost near the bulwark.
May the Ten guide your way.
Okay. Well, let's see what the name of that quest is. I guess it's just the same one. What was lost? Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's talk to Alva now. It seems that she's got a quest for me also.
Aloy!
Right to work, I see.
There's just so much. I mean, we knew of artificial beings that served the ancestors, but Gaia? Oh, she's amazing!
Where is her new focus on her head?
You, a true reincarnation of an ancestor. Genetically speaking, of course, not like the, late CO.
Sure.
And there's more ancestors out there, returned from beyond the stars. Of course, they're trying to kill us, which is not great. And Eric Visser is with them, which is disturbing. And then there's Hephaestus, and...
Okay. How about we take it one step at a time?
You're right. I also owe you an explanation for everything that happened at Landfall. Oh, and if you have a moment, there's something I could use your help with.
I'm kind of disappointed they didn't upgrade the visual on her head to have the new focus. She's still got her old focus, but I don't see the new focus on her head.
I imagine you don't know anyone here that well yet, but they're a good group.
It's funny because one of your friends is, well, another you. Not that you are the same person at all. I mean, you are, as in, you're both genetically Elizabeth Sobek, but even so, you're different.
We grew up very differently. But sometimes different is good.
Yes, of course.
I hope everyone's been treating you okay.
Oh, yeah, of course. They've all been extremely welcoming. And they share the knowledge they learn on their focuses with each other freely. It's refreshing. Back home, diviners can only share data with the permission from the overseers.
Sounds restrictive and stifling.
You are not wrong.
Have you spoken with Zoe at all?
A little bit, but I did hear her singing with Varl not too long ago. I don't think they noticed. Zoe seemed so free when she did it. Like every emotion she had was taking flight in song. And she looked happier because of it. I felt so dull and nervous in comparison.
You should ask Zoe to teach you sometime. About Utaru music.
Maybe.
If you need anything before heading out to the Cauldrons.
You have nothing to worry about. Gaia's explained your plan in detail. As expected from such an efficient AI. I've even received some very, succinct combat advice from Kotalo. You know, in case the Zeniths show up.
What kind of advice?
He, told me to run.
For now. We'll even the odds soon enough.
Just run.
I see you've been using your new focus.
It's been fascinating.
I don't see her focus.
So much better than the version the Quen have. What would have taken me years to sort through, like the database you helped me recover, with this, I've been able to establish search parameters to speed up the process. This could revolutionize how diviners analyze the legacy. That is, whatever part of it the overseers would actually let us study.
Wonder if she's planning to go back to them.
You wanted data, you'll find lots of it here.
A diviner has never had this sort of unsupervised access to archives such as this. And knowing you, I suspect there is much that would normally be forbidden held within them. But I was sent here to help you. I would be remiss to ignore any truth laid before me. Maybe it'll help the Quen find their way back to the path of truth.
Any more data catch your eye?
All of it? I have so much to study up on. Years, actually. I'm particularly interested in the Odyssey. We knew the ancestors had made it to the moon. In fact, we theorized some of them had settled on it. But Sirius is way farther than that. And we thought journeying across the ocean would be the feat of a lifetime. The sheer calculations needed for space travel, it's overwhelming to think about.
Even so, the Quen are way ahead of other tribes when it comes to understanding this stuff.
That's right.
Where I grew up, everyone thought that stars were sparks that rose from a fire lit by the goddess to guide us through the night. You mentioned Eric Visser? How do you know about him?
The Zenith who tried to kill you? He is known to the Quen as the Protector. Combing through data related to his work led us to breakthroughs related to weapons and military tactics. Knowledge our rulers used to conquer and expand, to become the empire we are today. That's why he's one of our most revered ancestors. But based on your encounter with him, it appears he's even more ruthless than we ever imagined.
Makes me think about
Yet another distorted interpretation in the legacy.
Makes me think about the size
At
of the
least you're
Quen.
piecing together the truth.
They must be a
If
big,
only the
huge
overseers back home would do the same.
empire.
Beta mentioned other Zeniths. Tilda, Verbena, and Gerard.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about them. Whatever legacy they left behind, the Diviners haven't recovered.
Yeah, so I was thinking the Quen must be a very large tribe, like really big, especially since they said they've conquered other tribes, so they probably absorbed them, much like the Romans. And now they are Quen and probably have a pretty, wherever they originally come from, probably pretty big.
Must be strange to think that some of the ancestors your tribe reveres are still alive. And here on Earth, right now.
Yeah, it is. Part of me's curious to know who else besides Eric Visser might be among them. Maybe Nikita Arand? We call her the Spark. The legacy tells us she brought unlimited energy to the old ones. Or Sung Jiao, whom we call the Healer. It is said she found new ways to extend the ancestors' lifespans.
Yeah,
But
boy, did
my
they.
curiosity fades when I think of how different our view of Visser was compared to the reality that you experienced.
Very
Perhaps
different.
it is better not to know.
Very different. Oh, I can ask a lot about the Quen. All right, I'm going to go through these. Probably take a while. Let's go through this.
Back at the greenhouse, you spoke of knowledge forbidden to your people.
Diviners are meant to seek out the truth in the legacy, and many Imperials sponsor them in the hopes they'll find something the Empire can put to use, thus gaining favor with the Emperor. But the Board of Overseers claims certain
So there's
truths
an
are
emperor.
detrimental
They
to
are
the
an
stability
empire.
of the Empire. Like discovering one of our revered ancestors ended the world. That is why Diviners are only allowed to access segments of the legacy. Only Overseers can view it all. It ensures that any heretical data can be contained and retrieved before it can spread.
Wow.
What happens to Diviners who break the rules?
I never had the courage to ask.
Yeah, they control the information and what it says, and only let the good stuff out, and how it benefits them.
You said you owed me an explanation for what happened in Thebes. I'm listening.
Right. I'll start at the beginning with the CO. He was an Imperial, the Emperor's nephew, in fact. As such, he sponsored many Diviners to search the legacy for anything that might help the tribe, and himself. He took a special interest in anything related to Ted Faro, whom we consider the greatest of the ancestors.
Ted Faro, revered ancestor. That's tough to take.
I know better now, of course. Anyway, the Diviners discovered that Faro spent a great deal of time in San Francisco. In fact, many of the most important ancestors did. So the Emperor's nephew convinced him that an expedition across the ocean might solve our most pressing problems. If only we could find the right data in this fabled city. Perhaps we could roll back the floods and storms that threatened our people. The Emperor declared that all the tribe's resources be poured into this endeavor. Dozens of ships were built, scouting missions were dispatched, and the Emperor's nephew was named CO, one who wields the legacy for the good of the Empire, the living embodiment of Ted Faro. a renewer. It may seem strange now, but for a time, he carried all of our hopes. We really believed he would save us. We had no idea just how perilous the journey would be.
That's a lot of good background there.
You said the expedition across the sea was more dangerous than you thought it would be. What happened?
We lost most of our ships to hurricanes, and scores of soldiers perished to hunger and disease. And that was before we even hit the coast. Once we landed, machines ripped our patrols apart, and we struggled to replenish our rations. There were bright spots, to be sure. We found Thebes and the greenhouse, but nothing improved the CEO's mood as his dreams of saving the tribe were slowly dashed. He became more and more obsessed with Thebes and what lay behind its door, and more convinced that the title of CEO was no mere honorific. You heard him, spouting nonsense about Pharaoh's essence and some kind of becoming. We knew these weren't the words of a sane man, but he was quick to put any who spoke out in front of a firing squad.
What a great guy.
The Quen are wrong about many things when it comes to the legacy. I can see that now. But what the CO became was a complete perversion of what principled diviners stand for. The pursuit of truth. I'm sorry you had to endure his madness. I'm just glad it's over. For everyone.
For now.
So, Bohai, your overseer. Will he run things better than CEO?
He won't execute people on a whim, if that's what you mean. But he's hardly a paragon of integrity. I can't tell you how many times he took credit for data in the legacy that I uncovered. The best thing I can say about him is that he can be trusted to always do what's best for him.
Yep, sounds about right. The ancestors, is that what your people call the old ones?
Yes and no. The ancestors are the greatest of the old ones. Those whose legacy taught us agriculture, medicine, warfare, leadership, and patronage of the science and arts.
The CEO called Elizabeth Sobek an assistant. What's that about?
Right. Well, any old one who has made minor contributions or worked extensively under one of the ancestors is called an assistant. That's how we thought of Sobek, until we met you. Our limited access to data past the late 2040s has obviously misinformed our view of the past.
Right. A lot changed after the 2040s.
You mentioned the reason you came here was to help your family. Your sister...
Her name is Alika. Our parents are commoners. Peasants, really. When I passed the divination exams, they were so proud. It brought honor to our family and increased rations. Only Alika begged me not to leave for the research academy.
Why? What happens there?
Alika knew that once you enter, you're not allowed to leave or see anyone, not even your family. Unless you can get special permission and an escort by an overseer.
It sounds harsh.
Like the focuses we keep, diviners are few in number, and the Empire is, well, fearful that outsiders will try to steal our knowledge. Last time I was allowed to see my family was just before our voyage here. Because of my position, I was able to get them refuge from the floods within the capital. But if our crops don't recover soon, they'll starve to death along with everyone else.
I promise I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't come to that.
Good background on everything. Okay, let's see what she's got for me. Did you need help with something?
You mentioned there was something you needed help with?
Yes. So as I was sifting through data from the greenhouse, I found references to an old world system back in the Great Delta. It's called Leviathan. My people discovered it decades ago. A sprawling network of river gates and a labyrinth of underground tunnels. The legacy revealed that the old ones used it to control flooding. But we've never gotten it to work. The whole thing is shut down. But the data from the greenhouse mentions the research facility where Leviathan was created. It's in San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
Another Pharaoh facility?
No. Leviathan was a project by Eileen Sasaki, another ancestor. So the legacy tells us, anyway. If we can acquire that data, we might be able to fix the system back in the Great Delta. Every year, my sister gets terrified when the long rains begin. With Leviathan,
Yeah, I'll help that. I'll help
maybe
her.
she won't have to be.
Okay. So, where in San Francisco is this facility?
That's the thing. The data doesn't say where, exactly. But one of our diviners has been exploring the ruins. He might know. Would you come with me? I have a feeling that wherever this facility is, well, you're much better at fighting machines than I am.
Of course. I'll let you know when I'm in landfall.
All right.
Thank you.
So back at
Aloy.
landfall, another mission quest thing. All right.
I
good.
should go.
Of course. Before you do, is everything all right? It sounded like there was an issue with Beta and the mission.
Not anymore. We just needed to talk some things through.
To understand one another is to embrace truth.
And, like I said, I'll let you know when I'm in landfall. We'll find the data you're after.
I appreciate it.
Okay, so a side quest called Forbidden Legacy. Side quests are usually pretty lengthy, so I'll do that one in a separate video. Yeah, this should be fun. I think I've talked to everybody, though. I don't see any more markers on screen. Let's go talk to GAIA about Gemini. This video so far is going as I thought it would. A pretty long video today, and a lot of just dialogue talking to
Welcome
everybody.
back.
Kind of figured it would be that.
Hello, Aloy.
So, I guess you heard all that below? With Beta?
Yes. I am continuously impressed by the complexity of human relationships. Despite the unpleasant circumstances that led to your quarrel, I am pleased to see you have both found an agreeable resolution.
Well, two heads are better than one, right?
Yes, I believe so. Are you ready to depart for Cauldron, Gemini? Or we can continue our conversation, if you like.
Let me see if there's anything. Okay, there is a little bit more I can talk to her about, so let's do our progress and then we'll do about the old world.
So, about Beta. I never really saw the difference between us until now. She's been through so much. Completely alone.
You have both endured many hardships, different in almost every respect, yet equally remarkable. I like to think of you as two miracles, born of Elizabeth Sobek.
3, then. Let's not forget about you, GAIA. How's all of us settling in?
As soon as she arrived, Alva was eager to study the data in the archive. A particular file soon caught her attention. Information about a machine assistant devoted to keeping living spaces neat and orderly. I informed her that once I am empowered with the abilities of Hephaestus, I may be able to design such a machine.
I'm sure she'll like that. When I set out to find a way to bring you back, I never thought we'd be here, like this. Among friends.
They have all come a long way with their improvised educations. Varl has suggested that one day we might extend this model to more tribal inhabitants, once the biosphere has been stabilized.
Yeah, that's not such a bad idea. As long as you're the one running the lessons.
She could become the new Apollo program, in a way.
So our plan to capture Hephaestus,
Yeah, I don't think I need to go over that.
which is what...
Correct. When
I
we
don't need to
get
go over all
this,
that. I've
and
been
then-
over all of that already.
because the
And during the others will
correct the end.
and then...
For some reason, it still had a thing on there. Okay, now it went away. Let's do about the old world. I'm guessing we can talk about old world discoveries. San Francisco,
So
maybe?
I, found Thebes. What do you think Ted would have done if his life extension treatments had worked?
It seems he convinced himself it was his duty to guide future humans. Given the tribal nature of new humans, and his ability to use Omega clearance on the terraforming system, I imagine he would have convinced one or more tribes to worship him as their patriarchal deity.
Probably.
Okay. Yep, glad that didn't happen. Aside from Gaia Prime and Thebes, there was one other underground facility that was sealed before the Pharaoh Plague reached it. Elysium. The place where Zero Dawn staff and their families
That's one of
went
the
to live out
places
their
I was
lives.
talking about a while ago. What
Do you know
happened?
what happened to it?
What did happen to it?
Elysium was designed to provide life support for 100 years.
Maybe they...
My data
I don't know.
indicates the facility went offline well before then.
Ooh, I'd love to go have a mission to
Pharaoh
learn
Plague
about
find
that.
them?
Unknown. My connection to the facility was abruptly severed.
Yeah, Elysium makes me very curious. Did they survive past that 100 years? Did they come out of their hole, I guess, underground, and go to the surface and live? Did they survive past that? Because no connection with Gaia, so anything could have happened to them. I want a quest where we learn about Elysium.
So what will happen to this place while we're at Gemini?
All systems within this facility will continue to operate. As Minerva will no longer be masking this location, the facility will be exposed to detection.
Okay.
Though without my presence,
That's
it is
problem.
unlikely to attract attention.
Let's hope so.
Okay, so that could be a problem. And that also answered one of my other questions I had before. Who or what was protecting this facility from the Zeniths detecting it? Minerva is doing that. Okay.
Gaia?
Okay, I've already been through all that too.
She was okay. Thanks.
Alright, I've been through all those. Okay, well at this point, everyone, I know it's been an hour. It took me an hour to do all that dialogue. I am going to continue, and I'm now going to do the Gemini mission quest thing. But I don't know if I'm going to separate this video into two separate videos, or if I'm going to leave this one lengthy video. If I separate it, see ya. This is the separation, and in the next one, I'm going to Gemini. If I am not separating it, then let's go do Gemini.
Okay, people. It's time to head out.
I'll get everyone together.
This is it. Ooh, we get a nice cutscene in the moonlight, riding our mounts, chargers, our whole team. This is cool. We're finally seeing them all out of the base together. Except we're going separate ways, because some are going to one cauldron, some to another, some to Gemini. I get it. We're all separating, but still cool to see, isn't it? And what's going to happen? What is going to happen after this? Will we be fighting the Zeniths? Is this endgame? What's going to happen? There's the thing we gotta use. This is a big one, everyone. This is a big one. We're in Gemini. I've been down here. I didn't know what it was for. Now we know what it's for. Okay, we're going straight into a cutscene for this.
All right, connections in place. Booting up.
We have, what, 4.5 hours?
Beta, Aloy. I am fully installed on this core and ready to connect to the Cauldron network.
It's good to hear your voice. Errand, everyone. Fire your pulses and sound off.
I'm at my Cauldron. This thingy, it's blinking. Did I do it right? In position at my Cauldron. My pulse generator is blinking also.
That means they're working. I'm in position and mine is too.
Mine as well.
Okay, radio silence until I give the all clear. Signing off.
It's a good thing I took
GAIA?
over all these cauldrons earlier.
Let's cage the beast.
Something's gonna go wrong. This is not gonna go as smoothly as it seems.
Now.
Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance. Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance.
Clearance confirmed. Initiating containment sequence.
Critical threat detected. Imperative escape containment. Applying countermeasures.
Lock it down!
Terminating external connections.
It's not gonna be so easy.
It's working. It's got nowhere to go.
Capture imminent. Initiating contingency 13F.
Wait, what's that?
Malware detected. Attempting to compensate.
It's cracked.
Look!
Dang, it's so scary. It's getting out.
Autonomous defenses.
It's activating the cauldron. I knew something like this would happen.
That means machines are on their way.
Ah, crap. We are gonna have to fight machines. Okay, here we go.
Get ready.
Here they come!
Well, hello everyone. If I separated the videos, I did. If I didn't, I didn't. But I don't time to talk. We are fighting animals, machines. You know what I mean. Oh, I don't know what I'm shooting at. All right, where are they?
Stay back! Get back!
Okay, holy crap. I'm getting taken a lot of damage. Shoot, I am not doing real good right now.
Aloy! Get a hand over here!
Hold on! There, machine's vulnerable.
Draw it away from Beta!
Okay, that was a good shot. Finally.
Stay back! Get back! You're afraid of this!
That's all done for now. You two okay?
Well, that was rough.
Aloy, Hephaestus can't escape, but it must have fled. Deeper into the facility. I'll drive it back here. I'll get the cracked core fixed in the meantime. Keep her safe, Varl.
On my life.
Okay, so that caught me off guard just a little bit there. That was pretty intense, and wow, I really messed that up. I didn't do extremely well at all there. I did very bad. As I was mentioning at the intro of this video, I'm not sure if I have separated the two videos between the last one and this one. If I ended up doing that, then welcome everyone to my gameplay today, and I am doing Gemini main quest. In the last one, all I did was talk to everybody and do all the dialogue with everybody in the base, and was gearing up for this quest here today, which is Gemini, and that's what I'm doing. And if I didn't make two videos, then all of that is extremely redundant, and I'm going to now continue my gameplay. So let's go through this. Let me get all these health things, because I didn't realize I didn't have enough health. I wasn't stocked up all on my health. So I need those.
No sign of trouble yet.
Of course, I knew something like this was going to happen. We were going to try to capture Hephaestus, and then immediately, yeah, he was
gonna chase after Hephaestus.
He wasn't going to stop
Force
that.
it out of wherever it's hiding.
He wasn't going to let that happen.
Make it retreat to the core.
So we're going to fight machines as we go through here, huh? All right. Let's see. I've got everything ready, I think. Ooh, I should have bought volatile sludge. Oh, crap. You know what? I don't have enough volatile sludge. I gotta be careful. Because I can't get to my...
No, you don't, Hephaestus! I'll find another way over.
I can't get to my... what do you call it? I can't get to my stash, you know? Yeah, I think down there is instant death. I don't think I can make it over by flying. Or can I? I might be able to make it down there. Yeah, I can make it down there, I guess.
To reach the other side.
Aloy, I'm patched into your focus feed. You should know there's a huge power draw coming from the next chamber.
Thanks for the heads up. I'm almost there.
Ooh, that's a new one. Oh, wait. This usually means there's something behind this. Yep. Oh, I got some volatile sludge in that one. Good. Okay, we're doing like a boss fight.
Some kind of production chamber. Festus is up to something, all right?
This is pretty much like a...
What kind of machine is it trying to build?
Oh, Hephaestus is building that.
But I'm gonna shut it down. I bet those metal carriers will lead me to where it's getting materials from.
I bet that's where Hephaestus is hiding too.
Okay, follow the conveyors. Okay, I guess we're gliding down. I'm probably gonna have to fight whatever that is coming soon. This is almost like I'm doing a Cauldron quest here. I mean, I guess it is exactly like that.
Hephaestus is hiding. Looks like there are a couple of ways I could go. Should be able to catch one of those metal carriers.
I'm gonna use the metal carriers.
I've managed to rewire most of the components in the core, but the energy processor's cracked. Without a way to fabricate another, there's no way I can fix it.
Okay, let me think. What if you bypass the processor? Connect it to...
the power node. I think that could work.
I think it could.
Okay, we're taking one of these. Oh, look at all this crap. Wow. Scary stuff. Oh, there's machines down there. I see them. And there's machines there.
There should be a node you can override near the central platform.
Thanks.
Okay, I'm about to fight all of these machines. Can I drop down and take it out? Do that.
Machines are making a beeline for another chamber. I better go. I think I got them all.
Okay. I want to go down there and get the components from it. Do I need to stay up here? It looks like I can... should be able to hop across the top, but I want to get the components from those machines I just killed. Alright, well, we're going down here. Override. Okay, we're like fighting all the machines in this one.
More machines on the way. Beta! Hephaestus has locked me out of the node. Any ideas?
I'll see what I can do.
Now it's drenched.
Let's get the big one down there now. Ow. Okay, we're on the ground.
I tapped into the core's network hub. I managed to disrupt Hephaestus' control of the node. You should be able to override it now.
Nice. Thanks.
It's like we're fighting every machine here. So I'm trying not to use arrows that you require volatile sludge, because I do have better arrows like these precision arrows, but volatile sludge and yeah, very more harder to keep that in my pack.
It sounds like it fled to another chamber.
Well, I better not get comfortable.
It's pretty much like we're fighting every machine in the game we've come across. This is the cauldron of all cauldrons.
Great. Hephaestus covered the floor with lightning. I gotta find a way over it.
Aloy! More machines keep coming! Please tell me you're getting close!
Yeah, I'm working on it. I've been smashing through a lot of machines on my side, too.
I guess Aaron's missing out!
Anyway, I'm making progress on the bypass, but I need something to hold the cycling module together.
Maybe a ligament from one of the machine carcasses?
Right. Or some luminous braiding.
And you could reinforce it with a conversion cylinder.
For increased connectivity! I think we can do this, Aloy.
Okay, I gotta go up there. I think that's a point that I can... Is that a point I can climb to? Yes, it is. All of these are points. Okay, yeah, it is. I can go up here.
I might be able Catch a ride on the rail. Go over the shield.
Catch a ride on the rail. Oh. Well, then that's what we'll do.
To drive Hephaestus out.
There should be another node to override.
Got it.
Just wait for it. Just wait for it. Okay, fine. Don't wait for it. Weak to fire and purge water. I got you. Easy enough on that one, but it pretty much is like I'm meeting every machine that I've played in this one, in this game. Gotta get all these things.
Oh, here we go again.
This doesn't sound good. I'll try to get your access back.
A moment before thought.
Oh, there's more. Huh. Am I hitting it with? Oh, I'm hitting it with not water, not like shock.
Access restored. Now you can override it.
I was hitting it with the wrong arrow. That one is purge water arrow. This is my lightning. These are my two lightning or shock arrows.
You did the heavy lifting.
But that's fine. That's fine. I got it.
Okay. Festus is running out of places to hide.
Aloy? I just registered a huge energy surge back in the production chamber. Something big is happening.
Here too. Everything's glowing.
The machine that Festus was building. It must have finished it.
Okay.
It's powerful, whatever it is. I'm
All
almost done with the core repairs. Should we come to you? Maybe I could distract the machine if...
No, Beta. Just stay where you are, okay? Handling the machine's my job.
Gotta take a moment here.
Be safe.
We're about to have a big boss fight. Let's get ready. They're giving me a big stockpile, so this is going to be a hard one. This is going to be a hard one. Ooh, I am going to use my volatile sludge stuff because it's more powerful. Alright, what am I going to be fighting? Can I hide? Is there a place to hide? Have I fought this before?
I should scan it first.
Slaughter Spine. I've fought that
Things on
before.
its legs exploded. I think it's charging up.
Yeah, it is charging up. Let me get out of the way. So, frost and bird water, yeah.
Finished charging. It's covered in plasma.
Alright, so frost and purge water it is. Let's go with critical boost. My health. Am I out of health potions?
It's charging up again. How to make it brittle.
Saw that coming. Saw that coming. Ow. Gotta get out of the way.
It's done.
Good hit.
You did it! There should be one more node to override.
Good. Stand by. I'm sending Hephaestus back to you.
Okay, that was tough, but it wasn't impossible. It was pretty tough, though. It wasn't like an Apex Slaughter Spine, and I've already fought an Apex Slaughter Spine before. Good thing, too. So that was doable. But it was difficult. It was a lot.
No more hiding, Hephaestus!
Got it! Hephaestus is back in the core!
Make sure it stays there. I'm heading back.
So we got it. We did
And then we
it.
can start the merge.
That's
of you, Beta.
pretty amazing.
I'm glad you came along. And you, Varl. We couldn't have done any of this without you.
Right back at you, Aloy.
Wow. It just seems like there's going to be a catch, you know? What's the catch? Is the Zenith gonna show up? That's what I'm fearing. That's the real boss fight, is a Zenith.
Aloy, the bypass is done.
The core is stable.
Completed main quest for
Festus is
Gemini.
100% contained.
Wow, I did
Now we
it.
better get started with the merge. It's all set up. Gaia, establish the
But
link,
it
please.
still takes time, right? The merge takes time. That's what takes 4.5 hours, right? We have to protect this place for 4.5 hours, I think. Yeah. It's like the two AIs fighting each other. That is really cool.
Okay, to complete the merge, we need to excise Hephaestus's malicious code. Carefully.
We're working together to solve a problem. Quite a neat visual. I like this. I like the music happening right now, and I like the visuals.
Aloy! Look!
Did we do it? Hephaestus? Okay, that was... Oh, I knew it. I knew there was going to be a catch. This is the catch. Oh, they're flying in.
Well, hello, redundant copy. You cost us quite a lot.
That's how they refer to her, redundant copy. Yeah, we're not fighting 3 Zeniths. They have impenetrable shields.
Eric, get Beta. And squash that bug while you're at it.
They're like flying.
Ooh! Get behind me.
Come on! Quit screwing around.
Quit screwing around and hit me. Hit me.
Yeah, we're having fun, right?
Stop trying to hit me and hit me. Oh my. You're not. You're joking. Varl. That's it. Varl. Flying away with her. She can't kill her.
Finally. Tilda, get Gaia and Hephaestus ready for transport.
They have Gaia. They're gonna get Gaia
Tilda.
and Hephaestus.
Hush. All is not lost.
Tilda! What the hell are you doing? Stop her!
I can't even see her!
What's happening right now? Big things are happening, guys. I don't know what's happening. I think Varl just died. I mean, I honestly did not see that coming. But... my goodness.
Beta.
They might have the technology to bring him back, though. See, that's what I'm thinking. To repair him. That's why I'm not too worried, because somehow I bet he'll get revived. That's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm not too emotional or hurt at the moment about Varl, because I don't think he's really dead.
Where am I?
I think that was...
Ah, you're awake. You took quite a hit when Gerard attacked you. I imagine you must still be in a great deal of pain. I can assure you that we are safe. The others can't detect us here.
You mean the other Zeniths? You must be Tilda.
Tilda.
I wasn't sure if Beta would have told you about me.
Where is she?
Alive. And while she isn't where she wants to be, not in urgent danger.
Okay, so they won't
We
kill
must
her.
discuss how to get her back, of course, after you've shaken off the cobwebs. When you're ready, take the stairs down the hall and come see me. In the meantime, I'll make breakfast.
Breakfast?
Hmm.
Okay.
Now she's making us breakfast. Well, that took an odd turn. I have a lot of questions, everyone. I've got a lot of questions. New interlude, all that remains. Ooh, interlude, meet Tilda upstairs. Okay, well, hold up. What just happened? I want to see what the map looks like, too. Like, where am I on the map? Oh, I'm in a place, yeah, I've never been down here before. Scalding Spear? I've never been in this area. Okay, so first of all, I'm in a new area, so check. I haven't been to this area before. I'm in some kind of base. Must have been a Zenith base before, or something like that, I don't know. But hold on, a lot just happened. So the merge worked with GAIA and Hephaestus. We got Hephaestus, we did all that. It worked. Zeniths came charging in, which I saw a mile away. I felt like that was definitely coming. And then Varl dies, question mark. Is he really gone? Maybe he is, though, and if so, that is actually pretty tragic. He had big dreams to go back to the Nora, to teach them, to be with Zoe. He had huge dreams, so that would be pretty shocking if he really is gone. I mean, and for Aloy, a huge, huge loss. I do not underscore the importance for Aloy, the character, of Varl's loss. For her, that's huge. Zeniths came in, flying in, of course, because that's what you do. And then they took GAIA and Hephaestus. So I guess they got both of them, or did they? We don't know. I guess at the end of this, we don't know if they did or not. They obviously got Beta, because Tilda just told us they got Beta. But she is still alive, not dead. We didn't kill her. We couldn't kill her, obviously. But we couldn't protect her either, and I knew. See, when I made that heart choice earlier on, I knew that that had to mean something. I'll protect you. We can't guarantee that. Not against the Zeniths. We can't. And we didn't. I was right. And, oh, what else? Yeah, the Cauldron was a lot of fun because it was like doing each section was pretty much like a Cauldron quest. That's what it was. It was a Cauldron quest throughout the whole thing. We were fighting different machines, so that was pretty typical of what you'd expect. Until the boss fight, which was a Slaughter Spine. Yeah, they're kind of difficult, but not impossible. It wasn't an Apex, and those are even harder. And I have already fought an Apex, so it was doable. But it was tough, yeah. And then, yeah, that pretty much, a lot happened there. So again, it's been an hour and a half. I'm probably just going to continue this video and let this continue, because I want to know what's going on. We did learn a little bit about Tilda early on. Beta told us about her. She, like, helped Beta, you know, was kind to her. So I want to know what Tilda knows. But anyway, we finished Gemini, so I'm going to say Gemini, complete. That quest complete. Now I'm going into an interlude called All That Remains. I'm going to meet Tilda upstairs. I'm going to continue and see how long this goes. This might be a 2-hour video today. If I've just kept this as one video, and I might have, then this will just be a very long video today. If not, then I've cut it, and that's what I've done. Who knows? I don't even know yet. let's go on. Guess I can't go into any of these rooms. Can I go back to
Tilda bring me here?
Can I go back and just check out this room? I still got my focus. I've got all my gear. She didn't strip me of all my stuff. This does feel like a turning point in the game. Oh my.
What is this?
Just a few favorites from my collection. Rescued and stored here just before I went off-world. Take a look, if you like. I'm curious to hear your impressions.
My friend is dead. Beta and Gaia are gone, and you want me to look at old paintings?
Don't be so quick to dismiss the comfort we can find in art, or the insight we might gain.
Examine art is optional. I'm absolutely going to do it. It is still really interesting to me that the Zeniths are the same people from 1,000 years ago. That's still hard to believe. Like, I have to remind myself every time.
My favorite pairing on the left is Woman Reading a Letter by Vermeer, a true master. And on the right is a forgery, Woman Reading Music, which fooled experts into believing it was a priceless original. Early in my career, I became fascinated with such deceptions. Eventually, I developed scanning software that could detect fakes with unparalleled accuracy.
Is that how you made enough money to buy your way onto the Odyssey?
Oh no. I made my real fortune later.
So she bought her way onto the Odyssey, huh?
Selene and Endymion. She's the goddess of the moon, whereas he's a simple shepherd. Beside her is the god of love, Cupid.
So she's sneaking up on him?
More like visiting him in secret. The torch that Cupid bears represents Selene's undying infatuation with him. Though the two must remain apart, her love will forever burn. This is Rembrandt painting Jeremiah, a man in mourning.
Mourning what?
His home. The ancient city of Jerusalem. He foresaw its impending doom, but could do nothing to prevent it. So instead, he saved its treasures from destruction, just as I saved these works. You could say we're kindred spirits.
I think she wants to hear Aloy's take on him because she probably knew Elizabeth Sobek, right? How different are we from her? Are we like her? Are we whatever? She would want to know about us.
A portrait of the painter, Rembrandt's son Titus, depicted in the habit of a monk.
I don't get it. Why would someone like you, with infinite resources, care about this painting of a boy in a hood?
It's not the image itself, but the feeling it conveys. The face is bright and defined, but his eyes are downcast, heavy with misfortune. And the background seems to swallow all light. The painting is infused with a sense of loss.
I guess I understand how the painter feels.
Rembrandt's The Night Watch, by far the most famous painting my homeland ever produced. It was commissioned to honor a militia made up of influential citizens.
I guess you must have been an influential citizen.
In my day. But not as influential as you've been in this new world.
Well, we definitely have been influential.
The Gust. By Willem van de Velde, the most famous of his many maritime paintings.
A ship crossing into the unknown. I guess you're familiar with that.
Indeed, which is why I appreciate this composition in particular. Though waves and wind threaten to destroy the ship, it perseveres, clinging to the light even as darkness closes in all around it.
Is that all of them? No, there's more here.
Stunning, isn't it? Paintings were the only masterpieces of my people's golden age. This is Von Vianen's leaded ewer, molded from a single sheet of silver.
What was it for?
How like Elizabeth you are. Function over form. Its practical purpose was less important than its meaning. Von Vianen created it in honor of his late brother, who himself was a famous silversmith.
A memorial.
Yes. Such beauty from sorrow.
All right. Well, we checked out all the art.
Done so soon?
I've got more important things to worry about.
No,
We both do.
I checked
There is much we are
everything
trying
out.
to save. Not the least of which is in that vault. There's nothing wrong with savoring such treasures for a moment more. Or come upstairs and we'll get down to business. Your choice.
Yeah, I checked out everything here, so I don't think there was anything else. Oh, I guess there is.
She's pulling out her own hair. Out of madness, out of grief. It's hard to watch her suffer.
Ah, there was a couple more things. Maybe there was back there too.
A lot of weight on his shoulders. I know the feeling.
Okay, since there are a couple more things, let me just go back here and see if these other things I could look at back here. No, nothing. Can't look at that. Can't look at that. Okay. Guess I got everything. All right, here we go. Yeah, where am I? I'm in a vault. Underground. Reminds me of Ted Faro's vault. There she is.
There you are. Feeling better?
How did you find us? At the Cauldron? And what did you do to everyone right before I passed out?
All business, I see.
Hmm.
Well, suffice it to say we were keeping a very close eye on Hephaestus, knowing we would need it at some point. Your ruse didn't fool us, and as for my little trick, it was an overload of the senses, accompanied by an energy discharge. Gerard and Eric were only momentarily disoriented due to their shields, but it rendered you unconscious while I got you out. Perhaps some breakfast might steady you a bit?
Makes sense, all of that. Makes a lot of sense. And so the Cauldron plan we had, I guess, just didn't fool them. Although it was GAIA's idea. But I guess
This was your house.
They knew we were going to do that.
The one you recreated for Beta. In the data channel you shared.
How perceptive of you.
Oh, it's her real house.
Please, this way.
It's her real house while she was on Earth. Before
everything your people have done?
Before leaving.
You think I'm just gonna sit down and have a chat with you?
They're not my people. They never were, and especially not now.
You shot off into space with them.
And she's still alive.
And lived with them for 1,000 years before coming back. So what made you suddenly turn on them?
Quite simply, this.
A focus?
My old focus. You repaired it? But that means you've seen
incredible things.
Her old focus.
What you've accomplished in 2 decades of life.
Oh.
1,000 years at my back.
That's right. Data was transferred to another one, I remember now.
sorry if I invaded your privacy, but I had to. In order to understand. To be enlightened.
So basically,
you truly are Elizabeth's blood.
She had a
with her drive, her sense of
moment
mission,
of clarity.
Her integrity.
She saw the light.
Watching all this shamed me for the company that I've kept. Having seen it, all I want is to help you.
Came
even if it
to the light
stopping
side.
Your friends.
Especially so. Please, sit down.
Interesting. Interesting that she did, though.
There. That's better. Now, we must recover Beta and Gaia at all costs. By now, you must know that Gerard intends to use Gaia to reboot the Earth's biosphere. Remaking this world to specifications that would only suit us immortals. This process will kill every living thing on the planet.
What does make them immortals?
He calls it a clean install.
Not if I stop him first.
Not if we do. And once he and the others are gone, we can work together to fulfill Elizabeth's dream. I'm sure Beta told you that there's a build of the Apollo database on board our ship. A complete collection of human knowledge. With that and Gaia, we could do everything Elizabeth wanted. Heal the biosphere, educate the people of this world, uplift them. Create the world she imagined.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. From what I've seen, your friends are invincible.
I do wish you would stop calling them my friends. And they're not invincible.
Well...
In fact, a friend of yours has found a way to defeat them.
She was their friend for a long time.
He's been a busy bee, building an army powerful enough to crash through Gerard's precious base.
Yeah. Regala and her rebels.
Even now, she's preparing a final march on the Tenakth capital. When she wins, she'll have the entire tribe under her control. Hundreds of warriors and machines to throw at the base. She's been duped. They'll all perish, of course. But it should be enough to break Gerard's defenses and allow Silence to kill him. Along with all the others.
Using the new weapon he's developed.
Yes, he's found a way to circumvent our shields. Truly an exceptional man. He's planned for everything. Except you and me. You see, while his army is battering down Gerard's doors, you and I will sneak in through a back way. One that only I know about. While Silence and my friends are busy battling each other, we'll take back Beta and Gaia. I told you I want to help you. I mean it.
Well, that's a lot of information, and a lot to do, and a lot... Oh, man. I don't even know where to start. Let's just go through all the things.
My old focus. How did you find it, let alone repair it?
When we encountered you at the Hades Proving Lab, Gerard saw you as a redundancy. I knew better. You were a revelation. After your dramatic escape, bravo, by the way. Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up the hunt. I wasn't so sure. When the others were busy, I returned to the lab and searched for any trace of you. That's when I found this little treasure. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. As I watched your life unfold, you were like a splash of color on a worn canvas. What Liz was, and more.
Did you show it to the others?
Of course not. It was your actions that inspired me to defy them. It's worth noting that if I hadn't found it and watched its contents, I wouldn't have known to save you at the Cauldron. You'd be dead.
So I should be grateful?
If you like.
So you know all about me? What about you?
What would you like to know?
Well, start with your life on Earth.
Yeah, I want
When
background
I was
info.
8, terrorists flooded my home city. Thousands drowned, my parents included. I was one of the few who survived. My guardian sent me to boarding school. Among my peers, I was the strange girl, the orphan to be avoided. All because of circumstances beyond my control.
Oh. So we're a lot alike, huh?
Aren't we? You were an outcast. But you didn't let that stop you from getting what you needed. Neither did I. I climbed my way out of desolation and used my wits to build a fortune. First, from the technical analysis of art and the detection of forgeries. Profitable expertise in those days. But as it turned out, the software I developed was even more useful for counterintelligence. From there, it was only a short step to gathering extremely valuable intelligence on my own.
You were a spy?
More like a service one could turn to for information. I had to remain anonymous, of course, to protect my privacy. But despite that anonymity,
One of those.
Far Zenith inevitably sought me out.
I get it.
What happened when Far Zenith approached you?
They painted an irresistible vision of humanity's future. One where we need not fear illness or death, where we explored the furthest reaches of the stars and thrived. It was only later that I realized that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich and powerful. By the time I finally figured it out, the walls were closing in, Pharaoh's machines were devouring the Earth. So I accepted Far Zenith's invitation to a berth on the Odyssey. I wanted Liz to come, but she had nobler plans, as you well know.
So you didn't know the other Zeniths were monsters until it was too late?
I knew some of them were, certainly. It wasn't until we were off-planet that I understood the true scope of their greed. I was grateful to simply be alive, but the others became obsessed with a kind of effortless immortality.
Yeah, but she
They built a
followed
colony
suit. That's what I'm curious
where
about.
machines serviced their every need, where any memory or fantasy could be endlessly savored in virtual reality. It wasn't life. It was stultifying, a pampered dream state. As the decades passed, I withdrew more and more, alone yet again, but this time with eons to consider my mistakes. Now finally, having met you, I feel like I have a second chance.
To do what?
Help you, of course. To fulfill Liz's dream, which isn't so different from Far Zenith's original vision. A better future for humanity.
So, see, here's my thing, though, about her is she did follow suit. She did do the things to extend her life with the Far Zeniths, whatever that is. We still don't know. A combination of pharmaceuticals and, I guess, replacing organs and maybe using biomechanics or whatever, but she did it too, so that's why I'm saying she may have come to this realization only now, but for all of this time, for 1,000 years, she's been living like them, doing what they do, took the drugs and everything to stay alive for 1,000 years. It's only now that she's changed her mind. 1,000 years she's lived like that, and now, only now changed her mind. So can we really trust her? I don't know.
You said Beta is not in urgent danger, so what are the Zeniths doing to her?
Putting her to work. Merging Hephaestus with Gaia. A difficult, time-consuming task, as I'm sure you know. They will compel her if need be. But her life is not in danger. She's the only one who can do it.
Right.
Because you people made her to be nothing but a tool.
Gerard's idea not mine.
But she still followed
They
suit.
always viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any form of kindness towards her. That's why I created the data channel. A virtual place where we could speak in peace.
So this channel you shared with Beta, none of the other Zeniths ever found out about it.
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all of us. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine that I would outwit him. The channel allowed me to interact with Beta away from their mistrustful eyes. It offered us a chance to be ourselves.
Until you cut off all contact.
Yes, though it pained me. I was worried that our meetings would do her more harm than good.
She felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comforts of friendship anymore, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems harsh, but you must believe that her well-being has always been paramount to me.
Why did you make the data channel look like this place?
I built this house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place. Not just for me, but for the art stored below. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
All right, maybe we can trust her. But, yeah, I guess it's just really convenient we found one Zenith who is on our side. And that almost doesn't seem likely because they did have to follow suit with everything the other Zeniths did to get to this point. But I guess it sounds like we can trust her.
Beta told me your colony was destroyed. That you came back to Earth because you had nowhere else to go.
It's true. After we reached our destination, a planet in the Sirius star system, we spent decades building a new home. The physical constraints of Earth, the boundaries of mortality, gone. To think of what we could have done with it. It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed in effortless comforts and virtual realities. It took a cataclysm to finally yank us out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geological event. We knew of instabilities in the planet core, but we underestimated them. By the time the collapse was upon us, it was too late to stop it. Only a few of us made it to the ship in time. We set course for Earth, the only safe harbor left to us.
Which you decided to make unsafe for anyone else.
Not me. Gerard. He believes it's better to wipe the canvas clean than work around the smudges. No more primitive tribes, no more combat machines, only a blank slate to do with as he pleases. But we will stop him. All we have to do is get into that base.
Yeah, so it kind of sounds like Krypton. They underestimated what was happening to the planet's core, and the planet exploded. Sounds like the same thing happened there in the Sirius system.
What exactly is your plan to sneak into the Zenith base?
We will make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. Always know your exits. In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction meets the ancient foundation, a passage that only I can access. When Silence flings his army at the base, we will enter through this back door, bypassing most of the fighting. The distraction will provide us with a window in which to rescue Beta and Gaia.
Once we're inside the base, where will we find Beta and Gaia?
Here in the command center. By then, Gaia will have been reunited with all of its subordinate functions, including Hephaestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo on your ship?
A simple matter of recovery once the others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything we need to make this world as it should be.
It'll be nice to see Gaia at her full strength, like in control of everything.
How do you know about Silence's plan?
He isn't the only one adept at spyware.
You hacked his focus?
No, he's too careful for that. But his subordinates? Not so much. He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sons of Prometheus.
The ones working with Regala.
By tapping their focuses, I learned about most of his dealings.
Nice.
The distribution of override technology, the arming of Tanakh rebels, and the secret pact with Regala to attack Gerard's base.
But how did he come up with a weapon that can take down your shields?
That's the one thing I haven't been able to figure out, but however he did it, I'm quite certain it will work. With it and the Tanakh army, victory seems to be within his grasp. Such a shame he'll be disappointed.
Regala's only interested in killing Hekarro and waging war on the Karja. What does she have to gain by attacking Zenith?
It's the price she must pay for her war. Without the ability to override machines, her little rebellion would have languished in the desert.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus. Machines to help her overthrow Hekarro.
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride has deluded her into thinking she can actually survive such a battle. And all without ever knowing who the Sons of Prometheus really answer to. Yet for all of Silence's brilliance, still he underestimates you. That blind spot is what will allow us to take Beta and Gaia right out from under him.
While hundreds of Tanakh are cut down outside.
Well, that's true.
So you knew Elizabeth. What was she like?
Liz was everything she was. I see in you. And more. Your ingenuity, your determination, your moral compass. You've managed to distill her greatest qualities and make them your own.
I'm not asking about me.
Nope.
Tell me about Elizabeth. What was she really like?
The honest answer is that I don't actually know. For all the time that I spent with her, she always kept a part of herself locked away. It was like that from the moment we met.
So when you met Elizabeth, she was what? Distant? Aloof?
Not aloof. Not exactly. It was a summit in Paris about machine learning. A touchy subject in those days. Because regulatory authorities were just starting to clamp down on AIs. Liz gave the keynote address. She had already achieved great renown for her work in automated environmental reclamation. But in her address, she was just starting to imagine the next step. An AI-driven system that wouldn't just act on its programming, but actually take responsibility for its sphere of influence.
To care about life. Not just follow orders.
Revolutionary stuff. I was fascinated. And I wanted to meet her for a long time. I watched her after her talk. She had spoken with such moral authority, such empathy. But after that, she retreated. I could tell she felt uncomfortable with all of her admirers. It was as if giving the talk had cost her something. I didn't want to be a pest, so I planned my approach carefully.
So how did you finally approach Elizabeth after her talk?
I picked the right moment. The morning of the next day, right as she came back to the conference, she had just had her coffee. She was fresh, rested. It was like she had braced herself for the onslaught of colleagues. I asked if I could walk with her, then put forth a question about her talk that I thought was intelligent. Her answer made me realize it wasn't. But she was very welcoming. Almost as if we were previously acquainted. It was only halfway through the conversation that I realized she knew exactly who I was. It was quite a shock to me. My business was trafficking in secrets, and I took great pains to protect my anonymity. So that was Liz, perpetually one step ahead. I came to view our meeting as a metaphor for our friendship. She always seemed to know me far better than I knew her.
I guess I know the feeling.
Good to be able to talk to somebody who actually met her and talked to her. Like, that's rare. I mean, that's not a normal thing, especially 1,000 years later. That's pretty interesting. But Aloy wants to say here, there must be another way.
First Varl. Now
Maybe Varl really is gone. I'm surprised.
Your plan would wipe out an entire tribe. There has to be another way.
We are in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn. Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes many have to die for a new world to grow.
Yeah, I mean, that did happen.
It's impossible. Look deeper.
What is another option, though?
Wait. The data channel. It still exists, doesn't it? I need you to open it. Let me talk to Beta.
Get her to work something from the inside?
Impossible. We might be detected.
It's worth the risk. There is another way, one where the Tanakh survive.
But we won't. If the others...
If you want to help, open it.
This may be a risk. Big risk. Does our focus allow us to see this data channel, or should we... Because they probably have a neural link, right? Oh my.
What are they doing to her?
Virtual reality dissociation. The manual merge of Hephaestus will take hours upon hours of tedious micromanagement. If she resists the work, they run simulations to induce feelings of isolation and despair.
So they're torturing her.
Beta, can you hear me?
You're alive. They're watching me. I can't hold up this extra projection for long. You should have killed me.
No. No, look at me. I'm coming for you. I promise. Okay? I just need you to hold out a little while longer and work on the merge.
Aloy whispers. She's whispering a plan, but we don't get to know it. Us who are playing Aloy. We don't get to know what the plan is.
Contact again when it's time. Can you hold on?
That's pretty incredible.
As long as I know you're coming for me, I can endure anything.
We, the player, don't get to know what's going on. Aloy's making a plan without us, guys. She's an AI. She's gone rogue. What do we do? Kind of scary, actually.
All right. I did as you asked. Now I think you need to tell me what you're planning.
I'm going to take Silent's army away. I don't need it. Only the weapon he made to penetrate your shields.
And how do you propose to get it? Ask him nicely?
Without Regala and her rebels, he won't have a choice. We'll be his only option.
Only option for what? What did you tell her?
That is between me and my sister.
Mm-hmm. Well, she
Will be
used her
Siren's only
as her
option for
sister.
crashing that base. I'll tell you the rest later. But first, there are a couple of things I have to do.
Oh. And what are those?
Lay my friend to rest. And then I'm going to use the override that Beta gave me at Gemini to put an end to Regalla's rebellion. From the air.
Wait.
Okay, we've got a lot to talk about.
Since you insist on doing things your way, I know of something that will truly help you make a grand entrance with the Tenakth.
Oh? Is that a Horus?
The ancient Horus Titans still possess electromagnetic energy cells as part of their arsenal. Drop one of those on Regalla's army and they'll receive quite a surprise.
Nice. We'll take 2.
So go, do what you must. I'll come to your base if you manage to bring silence to the table.
Not if. When.
This is big. There's a lot to talk about. But I guess Varl
Erend, are you there?
really is
Aloy.
gone.
Aloy, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. Where's everyone else?
We're all... we're back at base. What happened?
It might be easier to explain in person. I'll try to join you there when I can.
Okay. We'll wait here for you. It's good to hear your voice, Aloy.
I've got a lot to talk about. This will be the end of the video. I probably am just going to keep this as one long video. There's a Zenith base out there. We can see it from here. Pretty interesting. I want to search this house that I'm in. There's obviously stuff here. So I want to search this, but the first thing I want
to let you know, I'm now patched into your focus network.
Great. I take it the other Zeniths can't hear us?
Of course not. And they don't know about your base either, in case you were wondering. I've sent you data on the Horus energy cells you can use against Regalla's forces. Reach out to me when you're ready to acquire one.
Understood.
I want to talk about everything that oh. Hello. I want to talk about everything that just happened here, and where did she get the food in this table from? Tablecloth. How did she get a tablecloth so clean? That's the biggest question out of all of this. I want to search this house a little. Let's see what's around here, and then I do want to talk about everything, but I do want to search this place. I'll go to that in a second. Oh, there's a metal flower up there too. Let me just do a little bit of exploration around this house, and then we'll talk about everything that just happened. I guess the first thing I want to say, though, is that Aloy views Beta as her sister. Like, she truly, you know, has family now. Like, obviously she had Rost, but she grew up, you know, motherless as far as she knew. Then she learned about Elizabeth and had this great heritage behind her and this great thing to do. Looking forward, she had a purpose. Now she literally has family in a roundabout way, obviously. But she has family that she can consider family. Her life just keeps expanding. Here she thought she was nothing, an outcast with the Nora. And now look what she has around her. And I think that's an important part of the story. And I just wanted to mention that because I have noticed that. All right, let's go read this. All the makings of the next big thing, a much ballyhooed acquisition from an art historian turned technologist, no less, bleeding edge science, and a great narrative to boot. The application was called YCITT after Young in the Temple, a well-known Vermeer forgery, by creating perfect holographic scans of individual layers of a painting and comparing them to a vast library of artistic works. It was able to identify fakes with an impressive level of accuracy, but it was clear to sterling executives that the program's ability to match and identify patterns had broad applications outside of the art world. As a tool for security counter-surveillance or digital authentication, it would prove just as revolutionary as it had its intended role, which is why they were willing to sign a 9-figure agreement for it. blasting news of the deal to every outlet in the tech media. 2 years later, the project collapsed in a chaotic jumble of lawsuits, reclamations, and accusation of sabotage. So what went wrong, who was responsible, and most importantly, what happened to the underlying technology, which by all accounts was far more powerful than the vaporware label applied by disgraced executives. A little bit of background there for her. We obviously have a metal flower up there. I have to go figure that out. Oh, here's her car. Look, her car is still here from 1,000 years ago. This is what she drove, I'm guessing. This is like her kitchen? Why is her... Wait a minute. Why is her car in her kitchen? Is this her kitchen, or is this like the basement? Must be the basement. Otherwise, she parks her car in the kitchen, and that's weird. There's her couch. This must be the kitchen. Okay, here's the kitchen. Let's go upstairs. What's that down there? Oh, that the vault? Okay. Aha. Aha. There's things in there I want. Things in there I want, and I see a metal flower to get them. I think I found her car keys. Oh look, here's her movie theater. It's cool seeing this house, getting to explore it. Cyber attack by far-right anti-migrant group Purity Action Europe reversed key instructions to the city's new storm surge barriers, rendering them fully open during a massive extratropical cyclone. The resulting flood cascaded through the city in a matter of minutes, effectively wiping it from the face of the earth. I wish I was one of the lucky ones, recalls survivor Tilda Vandermeer, who was 8 at the time of the attack. My family was wealthy. We had a watertight vault for some of our most precious belongings. My father locked me inside when he went to look for my mother, so I waited there in silence as the waters rose, praying every moment my parents would return. They never did. As horrible as that sounds, Tilda was lucky indeed. Her addition to her parents, the flooding killed more than 100,000 people, including 40,000 in climate refugees. So this was like a cyber attack. Ah, and it opened storm surge barriers that like during a massive extratropical cyclone. Okay, wow. Yeah. No, I did not mean to drink that potion. Oh well. Alright, I gotta find this metal flower. And there it is. I guess I have to go up and over or something? On the roof. There's machines all over the place here. Where is the flower at? Yeah, I like how we can really see the Zenith base from here now. Want to get a, there we go, closer look at it. Interesting. Alright, how do I get to this stupid flower? This is where I came up, wasn't it?
Acid'll do a lot of damage.
There's the flower. I thought I might jump to it from the roof, but okay, let's go back. Maybe I do go down here. I thought this is where I just came from, though. Maybe it's not. Is this a different... Am I in a different area? Oh yeah, I've been through this. I've been in this area. Well, that didn't get me to the flower, did it? And that's just back down into the vault. I don't know how to get to the flower thing. Where even is it at? Right there. I don't know how to get to it. That gets me up, but it doesn't get me to the thing I want. I mean, this gets me up to the top, but it doesn't get me to the flower. So far in there. I do not know how to get to this metal flower, guys. Trying my best to find it, but I can't. Oh, and I cannot climb up this tree. Okay, I'm in a hole. Well, I'm back to here. It's like through this door. Oh, am I in? Did I just go through a hole? I did just go through a hole. Oh, I'm on the other side of this door. But there's no way through it. Okay. So that didn't help. Oh, I think I'm stuck in here now. Good. Thought I was stuck in there. Almost was. Whoa, that is an interesting light. What is going on here? I think I've got a bug. Look, I'm in the light. I'm in the spotlight now. That is actually a pretty cool silhouette. Not gonna lie, that's a cool silhouette. But it's obviously a light bug or something going on here. Lighting bug. I encountered one of these under the water once. Alright, but that doesn't help me get the flower. Well, I don't know how to get this stupid flower. Also can't see with the light coming in there. Oh, I fell into a hole again. I'm good at falling into holes.
A rush of air.
Well, I can't for the life of me figure out how to get in there, guys. So I'm just not going to worry about it right now. I'll come back to it at a later date. Definitely a lot of rocks. But I can't figure out how to get there. Okay, well, let's see. The next thing I need to do is go back to the base. I guess Varl died. Wasting a lot of time right now. Sorry about that. Let's go back to the base. I'll come back to that flower another time. I'll figure that out. Yeah.
Fingers feel stiff in this cold.
We'll stop here because I have been going on for 2.5 hours, so I'm going to stop. It's gonna be quite a thing when I go in here to tell Zoe about Varl. I can't believe he's actually dead, actually got stabbed. I didn't see that coming. I didn't think that's where we would go with Varl's storyline. I thought he really would go off at the end of this to the Nora, be with Zoe. He had such a good plan. I really did not see him dying. That was surprising. So didn't show a ton of emotion, I know, but for Aloy, for the character, that's huge for Aloy. I'm not real attached to him. He helped us. I mean, we met him fairly early on in Zero Dawn, and we did some stuff with him, but not a ton of stuff, except at the beginning of Forbidden West, we did some stuff with him then. but we haven't done a lot with him. But I guess because he is an original member from the Nora tribe like us, he's another Nora, the only other one out here with us. His story is important, and his character is important, especially to Aloy. He's the only other connection to the Nora homelands that she has out here, and now he's dead. So that will be something for her to deal with, and it's gonna hurt Zoe a lot. So I guess we're gonna have to go to that funeral and have that. So that was a lot surprising for me here in this whole quest, Gemini and all that. That was very surprising. But let's go back and talk about the quest first, Gemini. I did enjoy that quite a bit. At the interlude, I kind of gave my overview at that point, so I'll make this short. Gemini was basically a Cauldron mission. I mean, we were in a Cauldron, so that made sense. Several sections we had to go through, fighting machines, and then we ultimately had to fight the boss machine, a slaughter spine, until we could get Hephaestus back to the main area. Made sense. I understood that. That went about as I expected. Then it worked, actually. GAIA, it took control of Hephaestus and was starting the merge, and the merge was working. Like, it was all working. And then the Zeniths come flying in, literally come flying in. That I also saw from a mile away. I felt that coming. I knew that that was going to happen somehow. That whole thing with the Cauldrons was not going to go as simple as that. It never is. And the ultimate boss is the Zeniths, really. So, yeah, that happened. They came in, but I didn't expect them to kill Varl. They did take Beta, and they also took GAIA and Gemini. See, I kind of feared that also, that GAIA would get, taken. I feared that as well, and it actually did happen. So they've got everything now. They've got everything. The only thing that saved us was this spontaneous, Zenith who saw the light and changed her views on everything so suddenly. I mean, I guess it wasn't real sudden, but within the scope of the game, right? Within the scope of the game, that's still kind of sudden. And as I said during her interlude, up to this point, she still lived like a Zenith. She benefited from everything the Zenith were doing. She took the pharmaceuticals and the whatevers to make her body live longer, and did. She followed suit with them for so long. And sure, she tried to help Beta here and there when she could, but not actively. I mean, through the VR thing, yes, but not like like when Gerard made the plan to reboot Earth's biosphere. She didn't go against him. She didn't go against it. She didn't try to stop him. She let it happen. You know what I mean? So she's culpable for some stuff too. Even if it wasn't her idea, she was a, what do they call it, an accomplice, in a way. So that's why I don't know if we can completely trust her yet, but it does sound like we can. I think we can, but it really is a Deus Ex Machina that we have this Zenith who came to our side to help us, because we would never have been able to stop the Zeniths without her. So it is that turning point. It is that like miracle thing that can happen in a game sometimes, where it's like, oh, you can't defeat these guys, they're just impossible, but here, we're going to toss this at you so that you can. That's what that is, right? That's what her turning to our side is. Instead of us defeating these people with our weapons and, everything that we have to rely on her to be able to do that. So, yeah, that's what that is. It's one of those Deus Ex Machina things that happens. But otherwise, I guess it looks like we have a plan, a different plan than what she had. Now, we don't know the plan, and that's also what I kind of find interesting, is Aloy whispers the plan to Beta, but we as the player don't get to hear it. We don't know the plan. We're in the dark just as much as everyone else is. We're in the dark, Tilda, everyone. We're in the dark as much as they are. Only AI, I was about to say, only AI knows. Literally, that's what it is. Only Aloy knows what is going to be happening, or what she told Beta. Can't wait to find out what that is, because I don't know. But it sounds like we are going to stop Regala, probably before, and use Silence as weapon. Silence will have to rely on us, and we'll have his weapon. And I guess that's pretty much it. So we've got to go defeat Regala. I've got something called the Wings of the Ten next, and I do know that quest is required before I can make progress in a couple of other quests I have. They're blocked for me at the moment until I go do that quest. So I'm looking forward to doing Wings of the Ten. That's going to allow me, I think, to get on flying creatures, flying machines, which is going to allow me to get to places I couldn't get to before. So that's something that we got from taking over Hephaestus. That allowed us that ability. So that's what was required to get on the flying machines. We needed Hephaestus, and now we have that. I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to being able to continue Katalo's quest and get the arm for him. We also have a quest from Alva, and that's a side quest, so I'm looking forward to that. And of course, Wings of the Ten, main quest. I'll probably go do the Alva and Katalo thing before I do Wings of the Ten. Unless they require Wings of the Ten, we'll see, I'm not sure. They might. One of them might. Who knows? But I'll start them. I think I'll go do Katalo's first, and then we'll do Alva's after that. But that should be interesting. I can't wait to do Wings of the Ten, though, so I can get the flying ability, and then I'll be able to finish some other things I haven't been able to finish, and I guess we'll just see where it goes from here. But I guess the next thing I'll be doing is having to tell everybody that Varl is dead. Oof. That's going to be a thing. So we'll do that in the next video, everybody. I'll go into the base here, we'll talk to everybody, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do next. But that's it. This has been an extremely long video, and these main quest ones usually are. This one was made a little bit longer by having an interlude with Tilda. But that's all in there. I'm probably going to leave this as one long video, so hope you all enjoyed that playthrough. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.